Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome back to Lingo 2, where I think it's finally time. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's jump into painting number 1, which has brought me to a place that has panels. Hooray! Oh, here's the 4-room things again or something. Oh, but these are all question mark clues that I'm gonna need something like pods. Peas? No. I don't know that I know how to interpret any of these. Maybe I'm eventually going to learn about question marks here. But I don't know that it will come that easily and quickly. Harmony. Harmony is part of music. So that's good. Melody is also part of music. And rhythm, believe it or not, is part of music. Texture, we're going to say that's part of music. And where does that bring me? Somewhere where I can just go this way. Falsify rhymes with. Falsify. Let's try this one first. Add a letter to all and then pluralize it. Balls. Something balls. Phi. Phi balls. Eyeballs. 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 Okay. Oh, right. So we had headphones. We have eyeballs. We have shoelaces. Okay, we have more places kind of coming together. I don't know that there's anything else that I can do around here. This is where we jumped in with 1. We've got a 5-dice song. A song is a part of what? Music? A song... No, the other thing. What is part of a song? Intro, outro? We had the intro already. I don't have a double O. Let's try the intro again. There was the intro, the chorus, the... I looked this up a few days ago and now I don't remember. I guess I can come back to that. Inside this die, there doesn't seem to be anything. A skeleton. What's inside a skeleton? Bones are inside a skeleton? And that has opened up this. Letters. Letters are a part of envelopes. Letters are a part of words. Okay. Don't think there's anything else here for me, and I guess I haven't been down this hallway. So let's go through this one. Which brings me... Oh no, song chorus. Okay, so that is the same... Did I try intro here then? Intro and outro? No, that's in... Wait a minute. I just got like teleported back around to somewhere else. Answers that I still haven't figured out from all that stuff. Well, okay, so now I can go back there because... If I go here, I'll be right back where I was. So, song. I just want to double check. Intro? So yeah, intro doesn't work there either. Okay, so that just brings me back somewhere I've been. And over here, I don't think I've been in here. I have not. Another part of a song. This is the intro. Part of a face. The eye. Part of a song. Something I. Refrain. Music. It could also be something like vocals, instruments, drums. Alright, I looked it back up. Verse is probably what I want. Verse I. Versailles. Like Tower of Versailles. And so... Smiley face is probably Versailles. Sounds like is probably like as in the Tower of Versailles. And then Every time, I can never remember what that symbol means. I should just, like, pin it to my desktop. A category example: tin, metal, artist, painter. So Versailles is an example of a... Was Tower of Versailles a prison? I think it might be a prison. I'm not entirely sure about that, though. Let me look it up. Okay, Versailles is a city outside France with a famous palace, but there's also the Treaty of Versailles, which I might have been able to think of. Oh, I can't type treaty. I thought for sure it was going to be treaty. Versailles is an example of what, then? Versailles architecture is an example of French Baroque architecture. Could it just be French? And Baroque is too many letters to try to spell. I might be doing the wrong thing. Versailles, homonym, and then is an example of a thing. Palace, did I do palace? Palace of Versailles? Treaty of Versailles. I'm reading about Versailles, Louis XIV, centralizing the power of the king and absolute monarchy and collecting the nobility. Having a hard time coming up with the 6-letter word, though. So I guess we'll have to come back to it. Okay, so I don't know how to do this, and how did I get here again? That's basically this game in a nutshell. How did I get here? Well, I could always teleport in from teleport 1, and I think I've explored everywhere else around, so let's go ahead and return to Daedalus and try out teleport number 2 and see where it takes us. Oh, it brings us here, where I still need the double T for meteorite. I see, so that's where I had seen that painting before, I suppose. I don't know that I've been here recently. Oh, song intro. Answers. Okay, I have been here recently because it all connects. Okay, well, then let's go ahead and try out... I have never seen the painting 3 before, if I can get oriented correctly. So let's go jump into the 3 painting. Where are we now? Rent. Remove a letter. Add 2 letters. Add another letter, and then pluralize it. Obviously, there's going to be a context clue. This might be the Tower of Chaos, possibly. Quality and equal. Quality, add a letter. Equality. Equal, equality. Alright, easy enough. Rent. Remove a letter, add 2 letters, add a letter. I'll figure it out in a bit. Okay, I can teleport in there. We'll go there in a bit. Rent. Remove a letter, add 2 letters, and pluralize it again. Rent. Remove a letter, add 2 letters. I can go in this side of the tower, too. So there's 2 different possible tower entrances. We have yellow trees. Let's go inside the tower, because I'm not sure what's happening with the rent. Whoa! Okay. That was cool. It's a big place. This is probably going to be one of the endings eventually. Snuggle. When you snuggle up with someone, or get snuggled under the covers, you kind of... tightly swaddle, like wrap, I'm not sure. A missile. What is part of a missile? A warhead is part of a missile. Laughs. I ought to be able to come up with a synonym for laughs, but it's not coming to me right now. Milky Way is an example of a galaxy. Payday. Milky Way is a candy bar. Payday is a candy bar. Laughs. So I need a candy bar, and snuggle, I need a candy bar. Snickers. Okay. Payday, before the payday, evolving backwards in time. Your payday is probably at the end of the week or the end of the month, and it's, you're working, I'm not sure. Snuggle, I'm not coming up with it right now. Let's see. Are they going to just be candy bars only on that side or in the whole room? Genius. Less of a genius. Smarties. Smarties. Okay, it's still candy. Airhead. The opposite of it. So Airhead's kind of a dummy, and so we got someone who's smart, and then that nerds. Alright, over here, Rifleman going backwards in time or something would be, not sure just yet. Donations and take a bunch of letters away gives us dots. Heaps. I like dots, but they're very sticky and they're not good on my teeth and crowns. Heaps. Something that means the same thing as heaps. Mounds is a candy bar. And squish we can't do. Genius. So the opposite. So dummies. Now we get airheads. Which are also taffy kind of candy. Snuggle. I'm not thinking of. And before the payday isn't going to be a candy bar, and Rifleman. So before you had Rifleman, so Rifleman would be some kind of like, you know, like if you're fighting a war or whatever. So before there were rifles, there was like swordsmen or people fighting on horses, cavalry, or archers, or people just clubbing each other to death. Can't think of a candy along those lines at the moment, but I appreciate the general idea. Oh, hey, double Y is going to be in here. Neat. Plantain. We saw Jawbreaker or something with this symbol before. Brownie. Water. Juice. Gelatin. Bread. Gingerbread. Vegetable. Child. Potato. 3 letters. Like, I'm going to have to guess one of these at some point to figure it out, probably. 3 letters related to potato. Potato chip. A spud. Potatoes have eyes. Potato... I'm not sure. So most of these are foods. Gelatin... Is gelatin made from bones or something? Bread made from wheat or dough or flour or... I'm just trying to, like, guess, like, what this symbol might be. Gingerbread. We have bread and we have gingerbread. Vegetable. Vegetable is just, like, an ingredient in a salad. Child. Potato. Potato yam? Okay, so... a yam is kind of like a sweet potato. Let's go with that. Sweet plantain, banana. A sweet brownie. Brownies are already pretty sweet. I'm not sure. Sweetened water would be like soda or cola or something. Not immediately coming up with it. Juice is also pretty sweet typically already. Sweetened juice. Maybe sweeten isn't the right thing. What is it? What do I have? I had potato, sweet potatoes, a yam, plantain, a sweet plantain is kind of a banana. Sweetened gelatin, you get jello. Maybe it's adding sugar to sugar, bread, donuts, pastries, sweetbreads, gingerbread. If you unsweeten it, do you just get bread? Okay. Sweetened vegetables. Maybe it's make more tasty, and so it might be like adding salad dressing or roasting them or something. And a child is more sweet than something else. At least have kind of a vague sense of something going on here, but it could just be sugar. Brownie, plantain, banana, potato, yam, gingerbread bread. So they're similar versions of a thing, but one is sweeter than another. So a brownie, what if you ice it and it's a cupcake? Like, what would make it even sweeter? This feels like it should be right up my alley, if you know me and junk food, but not coming up with it right now. And water, like, I only drink water. I guess juice is sweeter than water? Okay, since juice was here. And then what's sweeter than juice? Maybe now we're getting into soda. That's basically all sugar. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, gelatin. Can you make bread from gelatin? It looked like it was just like the answer to one is the beginning of the nether or something. So vegetables, sweeter vegetables. Fruit is kind of like vegetables but sweeter. Okay, okay. So the same type of thing but sweeter is what this symbol means. So that symbol has been committed to my notes now. Same type of thing as a brownie, but sweeter. Still not coming up with what that could be. Gelatin. Is Jello... I mean, Jello's like a brand name or whatever. Like, is there a word for what it is? I don't know offhand. And bread. Sweet bread. Cake is a sweet bread. And a child is a sweet what? A child is a sweet... I'm really not sure what they're looking for there. Okay. If I could go... Okay, that's where I get the Y, and there were two entrances, and do they both just take me back outside, maybe to opposite sides? So now I'm against a blue wall over here that has a alcove over here. Oh, right, they both teleport me inside. Right. Okay, so I just exited this one. If I exit this one, it takes me to the other side. Okay, yeah. Okay, so... when I'm first there, can I look up and see anything? No, just trippy, falling, looking kind of things. And so this is all about sweets. Over here we have different types of brands of candy, and on this side we have just kind of more generic things being sweetened. And so with that context, equality, we've got all of this rent stuff going on, but I don't feel like I know what I'm doing. And there's just like too many possibilities. Like subtract a letter and add two letters. Like it could be a million things. So let's maybe not try to do those right now. So this is what we get at number 3. So that's a fun place to go. But let's return to Daedalus. And let's try out number 4, which is right here. And it brings us to... Wait, I didn't jump in. Hello? I am trying to teleport, please. You don't seem to want to teleport me. Is this painting broken? Is it both a destination and a source? Am I not able to do it because I haven't solved enough puzzles somehow or something? I'm really not sure. Is there anything, like, I went to 1, 2, 3, 4 in order, right? Because if I go to 1, that's over here with the song and the chorus and the blah, 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 blah. And then, let's just suppose after that I just try to go to 4 again. Yeah, it doesn't seem to teleport me. That's very unusual. Not sure what to think of that. Okay. I recently got double R. There are still many letters outstanding. I saw the Y, double Y in the Sweet Tower, so I should add that to my notes somewhere. But where should I go now? Because I'm kind of... I don't think I have anything else in my notes as like a good place to go at this moment. I know where I should go. The paintings hallway... Is it here? Yes, the paintings hallway is here. And I am not sure that I've ever been here, although this might be where I just was. I never jumped into this painting in any case. Oh, this is by the gourds, okay. So I have been here recently. Okay, so it's just kind of like more convenient access to all these different places. And yeah, here again is the unsolve the spire and then sweep up the Chaos Tower or whatever. But I don't think the Tower of Sweets is the Chaos Tower now anymore. Where should I go then? Let's take a look at all those paintings one more time. So Daedalus, if I go in this painting, which is also available from the gallery because the gallery is... Wait a minute. I think when I go in the gallery... I see, the gallery is right here. Okay. So this is the gallery. But if I come in from the main portion that teleported the gallery, it's right over here. Okay. So these are kind of in opposite order. Where? Question. I think I know where all these places are now. And this has not opened. Why did this not open? What do I think would open this? It's not open. There was like silence over here or something. Yeah. And I don't think I just like need to leave a letter. It might be the H or the I. H? I? No. Oops. Just want to see if that might open the door. I don't think I need color purple to open the door. I think it's something to solve somewhere that would open this. But it is rarely obvious where particular solves will have an effect on the world. I was looking in here. It might be possible to solve some of these from the upside down position, but I'm pretty sure once I get a B for Bumble, the nature of these paintings suggests this door is going to open and give me something that's going to give me the ability to walk in the ceiling and then be able to access and solve these different clues, because I can just barely make out what some of them are, and so I'm not going to strain my eyes trying to do that. And remind me, I still can't solve that. But we solved these guys. Okay, I'm going to walk around and find some puzzles that we can work on. Okay, I'm over at the plaza, and this portal has unlocked. Siren, 2 extra letters. Siren. I'm not immediately coming up with an answer for that one, so let's just go ahead and pop through the portal. Upside down. And I like how this is umap. And so if you read it the other way, then this will be Absolute Doom. I use that in Twitch chat somewhat frequently. It's a way to type upside down, upside down. Okay, so this is down. And this is hard to click on. Upside. Alright, so the upside down. Pip 1969 would 6VO Mo kill reflected backwards and swims, or if you read it this way, swims which was also on the ceiling of the first game at some point. Also, here's a high painting. Mural, whatever. Okay, Pip. Let's only work on the ones that are face up so that I can think about things a little bit easier. Also, these guys are on a little ledge, so I'm kind of like... Yeah, it's kind of weird. Okay, so Pip is the smiley face, I imagine. And then it wants me to add a stroke to get Rip. Okay. So the smiley face is look at something nearby, and that gives you what you need. 1969. Not 1969, or the complement of 1969. It's a year. And, oh, but then I'm adding 2 strokes? No, I'm adding 2 letters? I would be adding 2 letters after not 1969. I'm not sure how I'm getting 2 digits out of it. The not or the complement of a year? I'm not sure what to think of that one right now. So we will continue moving forward. Would. Again, like complement it, and then subtract a letter, and then what does this thing mean? According to my notes, that means makes the sound of, for example, a snake says hiss. Would... You could read it upside down as poom. Maybe it means upside down. Poom. Puma. If I read this upside down, it would be kind of like a... that's not really helping me, I don't think. What about this one? Wood. Wood is a part of a tree. Okay. Can't solve that one. Can't solve that one. KIL has been reflected backwards, it looks like. Okay, so imagine that this is some side of reflection. So kill, K-I-L-L. Or kilt, K-I-L-T. Okay. So let's imagine that the smiley face symbol with this means reflect it in some direction. Okay. I can work with that. High. Except for it's the negative space of high. And it says partial. Of the negative space of high. I mean, I could do H-I-G-H. Not sure. And swims. I'm not sure what clue is going to try to incorporate that. I guess, now that I understand this, Pip could also read as did when it's upside down, but it wants me to reflect it. So if it's Pip again, and then Pip has what occupation or something, or is normally found in? What's a Pip is in a pomegranate. A Pip is on a dice. Or dies. Oops. Or a Pip is found in various fruits. Not entirely sure. This one probably would be did, and then evolve backwards over time, do. Yeah, so I'm reading it upside down, and then, yeah, doing the clue. Okay, so I think I at least kind of understand what's going on. So 1969 is a year. Can I type 1969? I cannot. Those, I don't have a keyboard that does that. I only have a keyboard that does the things on the screen. And it isn't immediately obvious how else I would reflect it. A-I-F-I, if I like turn digits into letters based on their alphabetic positions. the wood thing. Okay, so if I reflect the wood, it could be doom if it were reflected like in a mirror that's over here and I'm reading it this way. So if it were doom, and then I remove a letter, and then I make the sound of it. Or no, what makes that sound? What makes the sound do, dom, Or if I read it this other way, poo, pom, or woo, but that's not reflecting it. What makes the sound of... Not sure. What about up here? We have reflect this, so we get wood. We have remove one character. And then what makes that sound again? So I'm basically doing the same thing, but this time it could be woo. What makes the sound of woo woo? A crowd who's cheering. I think there's something I'm still missing here. There is more... I'm reading the foreground, the light green. In the background, we have kind of like ascending bar graph or something. Here we've just got kind of like a thatch work kind of thing. Here we've got like a checkerboard. Here we've got an inverted background. Here we have just all kinds of nonsense. Yeah. So let's see, Mo, if you read it upside down, is also Mo, M-O-W. And if you read it the other way, it could be W-O-M as well. So add two letters, woman. So we went W-O-M, kind of reading it backwards. That's the reflection that's going on with the little hat on the smiley face. So smiley face for this guy looks like kill that's been K-I and not quite an F or something. And then he wants to add two letters. It's also possible you can read just like the brown part here is just like a K as well. Add two letters to, but I'm not sure what I'm adding it to. Because from your perspective, I mean, I could do K-I-L or L-I-K. Alike. Likes. Kills. Skill. I feel like none of these are right. Kilts. I feel like I'm not understanding something and I'm not sure what. And this guy, I don't know how we get 4 letters and what it means to partially... Could it just be swim and he's looking at the ceiling? For swims? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, and there's no exit on this side, although there is a place that I can kind of like step up and have stairs. This might be like the end. This might be the end of the game, even possibly. I'm not sure. It's got kind of an air of finality to it. What's it called? The Sirenic. Oh, Sirenic. Hey, guess what? I think I know what to put here. Sirenic. Okay. That's why you sometimes put off puzzles, because maybe it'll be easier to solve later. It's called procrastinating. Procrastinating has value. You heard it here first. Okay. The plaza... I'd really like to get into the middle of the plaza, where there's some fun new puzzles to solve, but I keep not getting there. Affable. Presumably, at some point this will open up or something. Over here, okay, so all of these have opened. So I previously solved this through the glass, because I was able to see it, but I don't think I've walked into here. Right. Right. Here, sounds like. Here. Synonym, opposite, antonym. Deplete, remove a letter. Delete, how clever. Inert, add a letter. Insert, how clever. Whole, what is a part of a whole? A part of a whole, ha ha ha. Time, partially sounds like rhyme. I can find the keys on the keyboard to type it. Young, over time, becomes old. These are like canonical examples of each of these clues. Type this word, I believe was in the original game. It's not word. Okay, I'll come back to that. Say hi. Say hi. And presumably this is hi. Oh, is this follow the instructions? Is that what that symbol means? Say hi. Hi. Type this. This. Oh. Or maybe it's... yeah, it seems to be like follow the instructions that you just read or something. Okay, right same. Right. Same. So, same. Okay, I might actually understand what that symbol on the right means now. So, this was an extremely valuable place to find. Typewriting, right word. Multiple solutions on each of these. Okay, right word. That way. Sounds like it. So, right word. Right. I guess word isn't pictured here. W-R-R-D. Right word. Oh, sounds like, and then follow the instructions. I see. So, right word. Okay. But there is another possible solution to this. It has started to open the doorway, I think. So, type writing. Writing. Okay, that at least opened the door, but I have to come back here and come up with a different solution to this. Let me put that in my notes. Actually, remind me how I got here. This was one of the places in the plaza, that's right. Okay, I have in my notes to come back there. Okay. Follow the instructions. You're unable. Notice. Let's look around the environment for a moment. There's a lot of these puzzles. A lot of these puzzles. Wow. Wowie, wow, wow. Okay, this is obviously going to lead to an ending. There was one on the back over here before I lose track of that. Violet. And we're adding a letter. I'm not immediately violets. I feel like I ought to be able to come up with another word for that, but violent. Haha. Violent. Okay, great. Just wanted to not lose track of that since it's kind of on the back. I guess there's a few that are on the back. Justice. Do what it says to do. Just ice. So just write ice. Something that means the opposite of unable is able. If you follow the instructions, you would be unable. Not sure what they're looking for here yet, but eventually I will figure out the wordplay that's going on. There isn't another pillar behind this one. Notice. Not ice. So if it's not ice, it's water. So follow the instructions can also include wordplay. Okay, let me update my notes. Okay. Not ice. Don't follow the instructions. So obviously, ice. Not ice. Follow the instructions twice. Not ice. Well, when I followed the instructions, I got water. When I followed the instructions again, I... Not ice. Not ice. It's gonna give me ice. Except for... Notice, not ice. Not ice. I feel like it only repeated the not. I'm a little unclear on how all the wordplay there worked out, but it worked out. I'm still not sure about that one just yet, but we'll get there. I'm enjoying these puzzles, by the way. Linearly. L-I-N early. Or L-I nearly. L-I nearly. So it's almost L-I. L-I is 51 in Roman numerals. It's not coming to me. Saddled. 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 Not coming to me. Bringing. 8 letters. If you follow the instruction twice, you'll get bringing. Well, it's bring, and then you repeat the ing. Not quite sure yet. Thousands. Don't follow the instructions. Thousands. Still have not completely cracked the code. Reindict. We've seen this possibly with a question mark or something. So, if you re-indict, you indict again, you indict. Is that just going to be indict? No. Reindict. Re-in-dict. If I put the letters R-E in the word D-I-C-T, I could get direct. D-I-R-E-C-T. Reindict direct. Okay. This is almost, like cryptic crossword-ish kind of style. It's not quite, but it's getting in that vicinity. So, lineage. Follow the instructions. Line age. So, like sages is age lined with S's. Or it could be L in eagle. Great. So maybe this is going to be an in set of puzzles. So follow the instructions twice and you get immature. I'm having a hard time going this way yet, so let's not worry about it just yet. Tincture, don't follow the instructions. T ensure, so get rid of the T ensure, gives you just cure. Follow the instructions and you get thing. Nothing would be the opposite, right? So that's not going to be right. I want like yes thing, right thing. Thing, in. I'm supposed to be doing in THG, or H in ting, or G in thin. So it's not really in. Yeah, I'm gonna have a hard time going backwards, but starting to understand. Passport. Pass. If I just say port. pass port. If you go past a port, are you sailing? Could also be PAS sport. But I feel like passport sounds pretty good, but let's look at some others. Storms. Storms. Don't know what we're looking at there. Let's focus on the ones that we can do. Distant. Don't follow the instructions. Distant. Dis is kind of meaning not. So if we don't follow it, we would just get tant. But that's not a word. Discard. Disc ARD or dis and card. Discard. Scar is in the middle of it. Did. There's a scar in did. So if we remove the scar, I don't have two Ds, but I can solve this. Yeah, I'm not getting that group. Nonsense. Just has no solution. Can I just type enter? Like, this is a solvable puzzle. Oh, I pressed any letter, I imagine. Let's try it again. I'm going to type Q. Yep, Q. It's nonsense. All right, great. Let's start on this side and go to the right. Northern. N or Thurn. Let's choose Thurn. I think I had something going on there. North. Earn. I need a 4-letter word. N or the RN. Not sure. Don't follow the instructions and get inmate. Notches. Don't follow the instructions. No. So I just get chiz. Or not, and I get ches. Yeah. Quarterback. 1/4 of back. It could be B, A, C, or K. It's not B. It's A, because A is a word, and the answers are always words. Got it? Halftime. Half of time. Follow it twice. So, half of time could be either TI or ME. And then half of TI, okay, yeah, is I. So take half of it and take half of it again. Halftime, this time only do it once, me. And follow the instructions and you get some. Type some, write some. Something I don't think really works. I don't have the letters to do this, so I shouldn't bother. Sound bite. Sound bite. So sounds like bite. I mean, just bite sounds like bite, but B-Y-T-E. So sounds like bite. If you follow the instructions, you get bored. Soundboard. I can't type it, but that would be soundboard, like the that a like DJ would use or whatever. B-O-A-R-D. And then a new soundboard. Great. Vocalize. Vocal eyes. Okay, so sounds like are easy to do. Voicemail. Mail. Okay, straightforward. I feel like, yeah, it's like building me up with all the ways that these things can work. Flipper. Flipper. Flip per, and you get rep by flipping it the other way around. Can't do that one, but flippant, because you got to flip it twice, and so you just get pants. So I don't have two P's, but I can't do flippant. Yeah. Backfires is serif, like on a font. Draw is the answer when you follow the instructions, so backward. Okay, neat. Mixture. Mixture, and you get true. Follow the instructions to get Pete. Your mixtape. If I can spell mixtape correctly. Alright, it's fire. Shuffleboard. Shuffleboard, and you get broad. Blending. Bled-ing, and you get gin. Alright, so that's good in terms of mixing up letters. Old timer. Old timer. Old timer. So this could be aging over time. A timer, what do you call the thing where the sand goes down? Hourglass. Okay, so this is the concentric circles section. Plumaged, plum, aged. A plum over time becomes a prune. Don't follow the instructions to get a boy. So something with a man that's aged. Man edge. Aged. Great. There's some on the backside here. Boy becomes a man. So is that like a hint? This one had, before a chicken you had an egg. Oh, but I didn't have this one. Emulate. Okay. Emu, late. Got it. So, an egg. Yeah, okay, okay. I see what we're doing here. So, there was a section over here that I wasn't able to solve any of. Now that I know it's going to be familiar whatevers, this is like the dis section or something. Well, there's pass as well, but like, which of my known symbols in my notes? Yeah, because every known symbol now, so like concentric circles could be aged, for example. And so I'm going to add this to my notes. And the sounds like could be sound, for example. It could have been sound, or what was the other thing? Let's go back over here. Hold on. Halftime, that didn't really have. Vocal. Voice. I just want to like make notes about these. Alright, I've updated some notes and I'm ready to keep playing. You follow the instructions, you get sage. Not sure. Likeable. Don't follow the instructions. So it's not like able, it's like unable. Alright. Follow the instructions and you get sage. So it's like sage, sage-like. Yeah, alright, let's keep looking. Meaningfully. What means fully? Totally? I don't have two T's. Fully. Entirely? Great. Don't follow the instructions and get more. That's pretty open-ended. Meaning, like... Okay, so that's kind of like the sun symbol. Alright, so moving on. Mouthpiece. Peas. But don't follow the instructions. So don't mouthpiece. So... if you don't mouth the P in peace, you get like ease, but I'm kind of making things up here. Not sure what's happening there. Rampart. Ram, part. So if I take part and I ram it, does it get flipped over and it becomes a trap? Does... if I ramp art, art getting ramped, which means what? Not sure. Injury. Injury. If you're in a jury, you're a juror. Okay. Ramp art. Ramp art. Mouthpiece. Still not sure there. Numerator is what you get after following the instructions. So if you're in a jury, you're a juror. If you're the top of a fraction, you're the numerator. I can't think of a word that said aloud is like top of a fraction. Infraction? Infraction. Oops, I need to type infraction. Okay, one of the things in a fraction is a numerator. I buy it. It's a little bit of a stretch. Some of these are a little bit divine what the puzzle maker was thinking when they constructed the puzzle. But I'm okay with some of that. Geiger. Let's get a nearby one. Kindred. Or kind red. A kind of red. Rose red? What other reds are there? There's rose red, there's ruby red. Okay, a kind of red is ruby red. A Geiger counter, like it almost has enough letters. G-E-I, G-I, don't have two G's. Geiger. Guys and girls, but get rid of the sounds like, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. Typewriting. Writing. Okay, so I did not get one of the two answers to typewriting before, and now here's the other one, presumably. Type writing. Or typewriting. Type. A type of writing. Prose poetry. Okay. Alright, updating my notes for when I come back to that. And on the back side... Oh, there's just like other crazy stuff. Well, gem... What was this one? Yeah, okay, so Ruby, the gem is here to help me out. So Ruby's an example of a gem, okay. Or to just kind of like help with the clue. In this case, Geiger, does this one help me? Counter. So a type of counter is a Geiger counter. So counter, I see, it's going to be counter, it'll be something like counterclockwise or something crazy, but somehow that's a Geiger counter, okay. Don't worry about it right now. Follow the instructions, get like. Need less. I need less, so let's put less. Need, oh, but less. This is the pyramid. You need it, you just want it. You need it, but less. I'm gonna add that to my notes. Okay, restless. If you rest less, you just nap. I got stuck on one of these for forever. If you only rest a little, you nap, I can't remember what it is. Any more. Any, but even more, is a few, is a lot, is many, is one, any, all. Any versus all, yes. All is more of any. I already solved that one. Great. Horseman. Don't follow it. Horseman. H. Or no. Horse. Man is a man who can't talk, but this is a man who can talk. He's an orator. I'm not sure. Rather. Rat. Her. A female rat. Rather. I'm not seeing it. Cowboy. What is a small cow called? A calf. But that is not it. Cowboy. Okay, I really thought that was going to be it. And then heifer. It's like a cow again, right? Cowgirl? Oh, so like a bull? Okay, male and female. Okay. Okay, rat, her. Okay, so her. Rat. Is there a word for female rat that I don't know? Probably. Horse, man. So, there's a filly or something and a stallion. What's a male horse? Is it also a bull or something? Like, oh, but not. So I want the female version. Because it says don't follow the instructions. So horseman, but don't follow it. Don't make it a man. Make it a female horse. I looked it up. A stallion and a mare. M-A-R-E. Okay, it's a female horse. And I guess I'll look up a female rat. A female rat is a doe. Okay. I learned something. Learning is fun. Deer. Homophone. D-E-E-R. Change. Doe, deer, female deer. Okay. Great. Oh, I made it through all of these, kind of. Word. What's going on here? Poetry. Is the written word. Is an example of... Oh boy, and then follow the instructions. Poetry is an example of the written word. Written word. Word. So I guess it's the same thing. Oops. Yeah. I buy that. So... Right word. Written word. But it's word... Where did the sound like come from? I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I guess if I'm saying it aloud to you, you're following the instructions that you hear. Okay, we solved a number of these. I have a much better sense now of what the... Oh, there's a bunch over here. Did I solve these? I was not able to solve these, but these might give clues. Let's take a look. Port. Sounds like port. Fort. Sort. Okay, sort. Passport. I got sort. Passport. P-A-S sport. And then I remove the P. P as sport. And so somehow I get sort. P as sport. I don't quite understand what's happening there, but I'm basically removing letters. So how can I do the same thing here? Let's look on the other side again. MS, but the other way is going to be MR. So this is also going to be MR. How did I get MR out of this? STO sounds like STOW, like stow away. The RMs. And you get MR. Is there another way to read that, probably? Or S2 RMS. Because this one was as, and this one could be to. So in that case, D is card. So then I just get car. D is card. D is a card. Okay, D is tant. D is T. Ant, and. I see. So D is a T. So the ant, this T is actually a D, and. Okay. D is C. D is a car, and then D, and so I'd get car. But that's not right for some reason. D is car, D. Car. Not sure why that doesn't quite work. And so what do we have over here? Tight. Did I solve this one? No, because it's going the opposite direction, and I wouldn't be able to solve it. And it's something that is subtracting a letter and adding a letter. Right? Sight. Might. I think I won't bother working on this now since I can't solve the other side anyway. Okay. We learned stuff. We puzzled some stuff. A lot of it made sense. Some of it didn't make sense. Unable. I managed to have an answer that was unable on one of these other puzzles. Not ice became water. Not ice when you don't follow it. Yeah. So what would this be? I feel like somehow it could be disabled, but I'm not sure how. Yeah. Okay, let's not worry about it. Remind me how I got here. Oh, also, I could go ahead and do this right now. Typewriting. Could I type poetry? Poetry. Yes, and it opens up another thing. I'm curious. Could I also type prose? It does not work with prose. It only works with poetry. Yeah, I guess while we're on a roll. Absorbed. Abs or bed. Let's try bed. And let's also try abs. Alright, so it opens like the left half or the right half. Which one of those was better? The right half will be better because then I need the left half of this one. Prim or dial. Prim. Opened up the left half of that, and so dial would open up the right half of it. But if I open up the right half, I don't have enough room to go in, so I definitely want prim. And that enables me to get into here. Not there. Not there. Follow the clues. Not there would be here. Boom noodle. So, what's behind this door? Oh my gosh, it's more puzzles. I know none of you would have guessed it. Not pretty. Not pretty is ugly. And that opened up this door. I should really be quitting, but I feel like I'm about to reach an exit. Not true is false. But it can also be untrue, right? Untrue. Yeah. We'll go do the false side in a minute. Not miss. Not miss. Mr. Not Mr. MS. MR. ME. Not miss could be Mrs. Not miss could be Mrs. Could be Mr. again. Like, Gonna have to come back to that one, I think. Let's do... Why does this say Rue? I had untrue. So in any case, false opens up this. Not left. is not left is right, not right is wrong. So that is all solved. So now let's go back to untrue, which becomes rue when it's displayed for some reason, rue. Not miss. Mr. M-I-S-T-E-R. Not Mr. M-R? Like, it's felt really good. Not miss. Hit. Not hit. Like a hit or a miss. Not a hit is a strike in baseball. Not miss. If you don't miss something, you don't long for it. You are ambivalent, not ambivalent. 2-letter words. Let's take a clue. H. It's probably going to be high somehow. Or can it be he? Ha? Ho? High? It is high. High is not low. Not miss is somehow low. Not miss. High. How is not miss high? I would like to understand this. So not something is high. I'm thinking L-O. Not miss is low. High and low. High and by. Not miss is by. High by. Not miss. Can that somehow be B-Y-E? Not miss. By. Like, you can have a bye in a sports game, like in a week that you don't play. But that's not really not miss. I am unhappy about the fact that I solved that without solving it, but that's the state that we're in. Not pretty ugly. There's another thing. So, not pretty. If it's not pretty, it is bad. Not pretty. Not pretty. Pretty good is kind of like a modifier for good or whatever, like just an adverb there. But it's kind of intermediate. So nodding it like also just gets like an intermediate. Not pretty. Ugly. Not pretty. What's another word for not pretty? Like other than ugly, we could have gross, we could have unattractive, like, okay, not pretty. I guess I do want another 4-letter word, probably. It's not exactly right, but very? Pretty much, very much? No. I guess I'll leave this one unsolved so that I remember to come back to it, to find out the other side other than ugly. Were there any others of these that had multiple solutions that I failed to see? This one. And so I got typewriting, so right word. Could it also be right? It sounds like, so right word, so it could be right word. Right word. What else could that... Could it just be right? And it's the word, right? So if I do R-I-G-H-T, no. Right word. If I say that to you, you would write the word word. What else would you write? I don't think you'd write word. W-A-R-D. W-H-I-R-R-E-D. There we go. We saw that elsewhere. Okay, so that opens this up. Naysayer sounds like it's a horse. Is a N-E-I-G-H sayer. Type-A sounds like type A. Index sounds like index. Index are cards. A deck of cards. Index. I always forget the symbol. Tin metal. Index is a type of cataloging system. And then pluralize it. Index is a type of something. Nay. I mean, Neigh. Oh, this is helping me solve this one. Index cards. Index. So index. Well, card catalog like cards. Okay. Right, a type of cards. Index cards are a type of cards. Okay. So this area is all solved. Great. And then if this is not all solved, I guess I want to leave it open so that I come back here at some point. But then I also can do the easier answers to reopen this and get through that. But then all of these had single answers, correct? Yeah, and how did I get into these canonical examples of everything? I got here via this portal that was symbolic. Okay, in the plaza. Okay, so that's how I get to all that stuff. Alright, I probably played too long today, but I enjoyed it. I hope as always that you all are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Lingo 2. For now, bye-bye.